What's the story, Morning Glory? What's the word, Hummingbird? Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this very gruesome conversation about this article that I just read on people.com, and I had to come up here and talk about it. So, this is in what state is this? I think this is in Boone County, Arkansas, Boone County, Arkansas. So you have this 48-year-old husband by the name of Shannon Cox, and you have a 30-year-old wife by the name of Sandy Cox. So this particular day, this is the beginning of August of this year, this couple was having some type of verbal altercation. The wife claims that the husband was never physically abusive with her, but he was verbally abusive. So on this particular day, she said that her husband was acting erratic. He wasn't himself. He was completely like out of character, acting abnormal. At first, he would say that he was Jesus Christ, and then he said that he was Satan himself. Then he ended up threatening her. He told Sandy that he was going to twist her head off, and he continued to make verbal threats. So she got scared, and around 8 o'clock at night, she leaves the residence to go stay with a friend, but she left her 5-year-old daughter at home. So I don't know what snapped in this man's mind, but he took a, what do they call it? He took some type of a saw and he began to saw off or amputate his own leg in front of his own 5-year-old daughter. So somehow or another, I don't know how he ended up in front of this residence. I guess he crawled out. They called the ambulance, so on and so forth. Law enforcement arrives. They see this man with a missing leg, a daughter that is completely in shock and traumatized after witnessing her own father cut his leg off. They end up finding the mother. They ask the mother, like, what happened. She explains to them that she had to leave the home because her husband was threatening her. And then they asked her, well, why didn't you take your daughter with you? She actually said, and I'm going to quote because I don't want to get this misunderstood. This is the law enforcement. They say, when I asked Sandy why she didn't take her daughter with her, she said she was worried about Shannon killing her and wasn't worried about her daughter. Now, that could kind of go either way. Either she meant she wasn't worried about her daughter as far as thinking that the husband would kill his daughter, or she just wasn't worried about her daughter at all. Like she didn't care what happened to the child. That could be twisted either way. But still, I mean, you have someone who is acting completely out of character and you leave your child there while you yourself, you're scared to death, but you're thinking, oh, he only threatened to twist off my head, not my child's head. So I'm going to be the one to leave, and I'm going to leave my child behind. So when they took the child, I guess to, I don't know, police headquarters to ask her like what happened. The child was so traumatized that they decided that she's going to have to go into counseling like immediately before they can ask her any other questions. So now both parents have been charged with child negligence for what happened, obviously. I mean, I read this story and I was like, she did what? She actually left her child behind with this mentally disturbed person and not even really given a thought to, like, how hard could it have been to grab your 5-year-old daughter with you and take her to safety with you? How hard could that have been? I mean, this mother is absolute trash. She's more trash than the father because the father is evidently suffering from some type of mental illness. So he is blameworthy. He shouldn't have done what he did. But it's kind of like if he's having mental issues, that's like a sickness or an illness right there. But she knew that there was some type of danger in that home and she left her kid behind. And then she had the audacity to tell law enforcement that she was worried about Shannon killing her and wasn't worried about her daughter. Trash. Absolute trash. Now, I want to, title this video what I normally title videos when I talk about, adults who are harming children when monsters are real. But the monster here to me is the mom, not even so much the dad. The monster to me is the mom. For someone to hack off their own leg, completely hack it off, not even like an attempt, but he successfully cut off his own leg in front of his child. This man was deeply, deeply disturbed. So to me, the real monster is the mom for leaving her kid behind. Like, what is going on with these people? This is awful. Absolutely awful. And I pray to God that this child never has to lay eyes on these people ever again. She's 5 years old. She will never in life forget this. Her life now has taken a completely different trajectory than what it was going to take before this happened. I mean, sometimes you really wish that the government would like give classes before people are allowed to have children, or go through some type of counseling or therapy, just like, you know, how it's optional to have like marital counseling before you get married. People need to have parenting counseling or parental counseling before they decide to have children. But having a children is such a quick and easy thing to do, you know, to make a baby, that there's like no time, right? But sometimes you really wonder, like, why don't we have that in place? Because the things that are happening to children is just awful. And so, yeah, I read that article and I was like, I gotta talk about this. This is unbelievable. And I have yet another story about when monsters are real that is, I'm going to put up after this. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. Thank you so much for joining me. On your way out, please don't forget to rate the video. And if you like this content, please subscribe, and I will definitely talk to you later. Bye.